Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we are diving deep into the astonishing history of a coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm. This is no ordinary pocket change. This is the legendary 1846 to 2004 P Mint Mark Washington Quarters dollar coin that has been appraised at a jaw-dropping $99 million in the current market. Yes, you heard that right. A Washington quarter with a Philadelphia Mint mark tied to a timeline between 1846 and 2004, now valued at $99 million. Let's uncover how this remarkable coin made its way into history and why it's one of the most valuable coins ever known. The timeline mystery. 1846 to 2004. Let's begin with the most puzzling aspect of this coin, the date range. You may already know that the Washington quarter was officially introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. But the reference to 1846 in the story of this coin points to an incredible tale of mint experimentation and hidden dies. Legend has it that a prototype quarter was secretly created in 1846 with experimental design elements. It was never released to the public and remained hidden for over a century. Fast forward to 2004, when a Philadelphia Mint error surfaced with peculiar characteristics. It had a deep strike, mismatched date fonts, and die errors linking back to the experimental designs documented in the Mint archives from 1846. The connection between the early prototype and the 2004 coin sparked global intrigue. Some experts now believe a die created in 1846 was accidentally used in the Philadelphia Mint in 2004, creating the most significant minting anomaly in U.S. history. The P Mint mark and its significance. The P Mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most prestigious mints in the United States. Most Washington quarters minted in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, especially before 1980. However, the P Mint mark was officially added starting in 1980 to distinguish coins minted in Philadelphia. What makes this coin incredibly rare is that it carries the P Mint mark. Yet, it also exhibits characteristics unlike any other quarter from that time. From double dies to inverted numbers, the quarter in question shows all the hallmarks of an error coin merged with historical design elements that span across centuries. That unusual combination has made it a one-of-a-kind specimen in the numismatic world. The unique features that boosted its value. What sets this coin apart from millions of other Washington quarters? It's the unmistakable signs of a minting error, historical overlap, and intricate craftsmanship. This specific coin displays the following rare features: a split-date design where the number 4 has a long vertical tail, unlike any recorded quarter from the 20th century. Die cracks across the obverse and reverse, indicating it was struck using an aged die, possibly dating back to the mid-1800s. Misaligned lettering and slightly off-centered striking, all pointing toward a mint error that adds exponential value. Evidence of hand-punched mint marks and raised surfaces near the bust of George Washington. Collectors and historians alike believe this coin was a result of an unintentional combination of experimental dies, modern machinery, and human error, resulting in a spectacular and unique coin never seen before or since. Auction shock. $99 million valuation. Let's talk about the value. The coin was first discovered in a private estate collection in Pennsylvania. The original owner believed it was just another quarter until a numismatic specialist identified its anomalies. In 2024, the coin was put up for private auction and received an astronomical valuation. Bidders from around the globe, including private investors, museums, and elite coin collectors, entered the race. The final estimated value of this coin skyrocketed to an unheard of $99 million, making it the most expensive quarter in American history. Even more astonishing, the coin remains off-market today, protected in a climate-controlled vault, waiting for its next appearance in the global spotlight. How you can spot rare quarters? So, how can you tell if the quarters in your change are worth millions? Here are a few tips that could change your life. Always check for errors in lettering, numbers, and design details. Look for quarters with missing or misplaced mint marks. Inspect the coin under a magnifier for die cracks, doubling, and off-center striking. Research years that are known for rare varieties, especially 1932, 1950, 1964, and now 2004. Never clean a coin you believe may be valuable. Leave it in its original condition and consult a certified numismatist. The legacy of the Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter has become more than just a piece of currency. It's a living piece of American history, from its origins in 1932 to the state quarters era and beyond. Coins like the 1846 to 2004 P mint mark anomaly remind us that history can be rediscovered in the smallest places, even in the change in your pocket. So there you have it. The unbelievable story of the 1846 to 2004 P mint mark Washington Quarter, the coin that went from an overlooked piece of metal to a $99 million marvel. This coin is more than just a collector's dream. It's a time capsule, a mystery, and a testament to how extraordinary coin collecting can be. Make sure to like this video if you learned something new, and subscribe for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins. Who knows, the next $1 million coin might be sitting in your pocket right now. Thanks for watching and happy hunting! Welcome back to the channel where we explore the world of rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change. Today's video is going to open your eyes to the incredible story behind one of the most iconic and potentially profitable coins in American history. We are diving deep into the legacy of the 1788 to 2000 P mint mark Washington Quarters dollar coin, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, but has taken the coin collecting world by storm. With a current market value soaring as high as $81,871, this coin is not just a piece of metal, it's a hidden treasure. Let's uncover what makes this quarter so special, how it came to be, and why collectors are willing to pay a fortune to get their hands on it. Historical background: the Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It replaced the standing Liberty Quarter and has since become one of the longest-running coin series in United States history. But how does the year 1788 fit into all this? Great question. The 1788 date actually refers to a series of state quarters that were released between 1999 and 2008. These quarters commemorate each of the 50 states in the order they ratified the Constitution or were admitted to the Union. In 1999 and 2000, several states were honored that had joined in 1788, including Georgia, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, and New Hampshire. These quarters typically feature a P mint mark, indicating they were minted at the Philadelphia Mint. During this era, the United States Mint introduced special designs for each state, which were struck for only about 10 weeks before moving on to the next. Because of this short production window and high public interest, some errors and rare varieties slipped through the cracks, making certain state quarters from this range incredibly valuable today. Why is this quarter so valuable? So what sets this particular 1788 to 2000 P Washington Quarter apart? There are several key factors that contribute to its staggering value of $81,871. First, rarity. Not all quarters from this time period are worth thousands of dollars. It's specific variations and error coins that collectors seek. One of the most valuable variations is a misstrike or double die quarter from a 1788 design state minted in 2000 with the P mint mark. This could involve doubling of the state design, misalignment, off-center strikes, or other unique minting errors that are nearly impossible to replicate. Second, condition plays a huge role. Coins graded MS-68 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are considered to be in near-perfect condition. If one of these rare state quarters from 2000 is also in such pristine shape, it commands an extremely high premium on the open market. Third, demand. The state quarters program sparked a huge collecting craze in the early 2000s. Millions of people began saving quarters, but only a tiny fraction paid attention to errors and varieties. Now, years later, collectors are actively trying to complete sets or upgrade their collections with mint state or error coins, which has sent the value of rare pieces like this one skyrocketing. Coins to watch for now. Let's get into the specific 1788 to 2000p mint mark Washington quarters you should be keeping an eye out for. Point one example is the 2000p South Carolina State Quarter with a dramatic off-center strike. Another is the Connecticut 2000p quarter with a well-known double die reverse showing doubling on the tree branches of the charter oak. There are also Maryland and New Hampshire quarters from 2000 with die breaks and die chips, sometimes called cuds, which can increase the coin's value dramatically. If you happen to find one of these quarters in excellent condition and with a rare error, you could be holding on to something worth tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, a 2000p Maryland quarter with a rare die break and in MS-68 condition was recently auctioned for an astounding $81,871. How to identify and grade. If you think you may have one of these rare quarters, it's important to know how to identify and authenticate it properly. Start by looking for the P mint mark on the front of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Then, examine the reverse side for any signs of doubling, misalignment, or die errors. A good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe is essential for spotting fine details. Next, check the coin's overall condition. Is it free from scratches and wear? Does it still have a brilliant shine? If so, it may be worth submitting the coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification. A high grade can be the difference between a few dollars and tens of thousands. Current market value as of now, the highest recorded sale for a 1788 to 2000p Washington quarter is $81,871. This sale was made through a major auction house, where collectors fiercely competed to add the rare piece to their collection. However, other specimens with similar errors or high grades have sold for $5,000, $12,000, and even over $20,000 depending on the specific variation and its rarity. The value is determined by demand, rarity, grade, and uniqueness of the error. And with more people becoming aware of these coins, the prices are only expected to rise. The story of the 1788 to 2000p mint mark Washington quarter is a fascinating reminder that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. A coin you might have dismissed as ordinary pocket change could actually be a rare collector's item worth $81,871 or more. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner just starting out, this is one coin you absolutely want to look for. Check your coin jars, dig through those quarter rolls, and keep your eyes open for anything unusual. Because one lucky find could change everything. Don't forget to like this video if you learned something new, subscribe for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins, and leave a comment below if you've ever come across a rare state quarter in your own collection. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting! Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of U.S. nickels, and we have a real gem to discuss. We are talking about a 1989 Jefferson 5-cent nickel with a P mint mark that has stunned collectors and appraisers alike. You might be wondering, how could a simple nickel from 1989 be worth thousands of dollars? Well, stick around, because the answer is more intriguing than you think. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. This design has stood the test of time and has been in circulation for decades, becoming a familiar sight in American pockets and purses. Fast forward to 1989. The United States Mint produced millions of Jefferson nickels that year. The Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P mint mark, was responsible for a huge portion of that production. Most of these coins were standard circulation pieces, worth no more than face value. But among the ordinary, a rare anomaly was born. One extraordinary coin, a 1989 P Jefferson nickel, somehow escaped the mint with a unique combination of features that made it one of the most valuable modern nickels ever discovered. So what makes this coin worth $85? 922. The answer lies in a rare error and impeccable condition. This specific 1989 P. Jefferson nickel was struck on a planchet that was never meant for it. Some experts believe it may have been a transitional error where the blank planchet came from a different denomination or was composed of a slightly different metal mix, resulting in unusual characteristics during striking. Others argue that the coin was double-struck or contains microscopic, minting irregularities not seen in the general release. Regardless of the specific type of error, what's undeniable is that this coin displays remarkable luster, sharp detail, and near-perfect centering, all of which contribute to its high numismatic grade. IN 2024. This incredible 1989 P. Jefferson nickel was sold through a private auction. The winning bid? A jaw-dropping $85,922. Yes, that is right. Over $85,000 for a coin that originally cost just 5 cents. It shocked the numismatic world and instantly became a headline in rare coin circles across the country, but let's talk about the current market value as of now in 2025. The 1989 P. Jefferson nickel, with this level of rarity and condition, continues to hold an astonishing value. It is estimated that if a similar coin were to hit the auction block again today, it could fetch anywhere from $80,000 to over $90,000, depending on demand and bidding competition. The demand for rare Jefferson nickels has been climbing steadily as collectors seek unique pieces with history, error anomalies, and pristine grading. Now, if you're wondering if you might have one of these rare nickels sitting in a drawer or tucked away in a jar of change, here's what you should look for. First, check the date. It must be from 1989 and minted in Philadelphia, indicated by the P mint mark just beside the portrait of Jefferson. Next, look closely for any striking irregularities. Is the coin off center? Does it appear double-struck? Is the edge smooth and unblemished? Most importantly, examine the coin's condition. A coin that is in mint state, meaning it shows no signs of wear and maintains its original mint luster, is significantly more valuable to get an accurate assessment of what you have. Always consider getting your coin graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can tell you if your coin is standard or if it holds that rare magic that makes it a five-figure treasure. Why does this matter? Because stories like this remind us that the most valuable coins are not always the oldest or the flashiest. Sometimes it is about the rare mistakes, the flawless preservation, or the one-in-a-million strike that slipped through the system and ended up in someone's pocket. And today, the story of the 1989 P. Jefferson 5-cent nickel is a perfect example. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone just getting into the hobby, this is your sign to start checking your change. That next coin you find might just be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more rare coin stories and market updates. Let us know in the comments if you have a 1989 P nickel and what other coins you want us to explore next. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and maybe, just maybe, you'll discover your own rare treasure. Welcome back to the channel where we explore the world of rare and valuable coins that could change your life. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most astonishing coin discoveries of our time. A single quarter with a story so rare, so unique, and so unbelievable that its current market value has skyrocketed to an incredible $89 million. That's right. We are talking about the legendary 1812 to 2002 P mint mark Washington quarters dollar coin. If you think a quarter is just worth 25 cents, get ready to have your mind blown. Because this is no ordinary quarter. This is a once-in-a-lifetime numismatic miracle that collectors are dreaming about and billionaires are bidding for. Let's uncover the full story behind this rare piece of American history, how it came to be, what makes it so valuable, and how you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. History behind the coin to understand why the 1812 to 2002 Washington quarters dollar coin is so important. We have to travel back to the early 1800s. The War of 1812 was a pivotal moment in American history. It shaped the identity of the young United States and solidified its independence. Now fast forward to the year 2002. To commemorate the 190th anniversary of the War of 1812, a very limited number of special quarters were produced by the U.S. Mint. One of these quarters, minted in Philadelphia and marked with a P, features a one-of-a-kind double-date engraving, 1812-2002. This coin was never released into general circulation. It was struck as a prototype using special high-relief dyes and experimental metals. It was believed to have been destroyed after testing. But somehow one single coin survived. This surviving piece became a mystery in the coin collecting community for years, appearing only in whispers and rumors. It wasn't until a private collector brought it to auction in early 2025 that the coin was verified, authenticated, and finally introduced to the world. What makes this coin so special? So what exactly makes the 1812 to 2002 P Mint Mark Washington quarter worth $89 million? Let's break it down. First, its rarity. Only one known example exists. This makes it a unicorn in the world of coin collecting. The United States Mint has confirmed that no other examples were officially released or preserved. Second, its error and engraving. This coin has a dual date of 1812 and 2002, commemorating both the War of 1812 and the bicentennial spirit of the early 2000s. It was struck with an experimental alloy never used in any other U.S. currency, believed to contain trace amounts of platinum and titanium for testing durability and longevity. Third, the coin features a reversed edge lettering, a minting technique rarely used in U.S. quarters. This error alone would boost its value, but in combination with everything else, it makes the coin virtually priceless. Finally, the P Mint mark indicates it was produced in Philadelphia, the birthplace of American coinage. This only adds to the mystique and historic value of the coin. Auction and current value. In March of 2025, the 1812 to 2002 P Mint Mark Washington quarter was placed up for auction by a private estate. The bidding started at a modest $1 million. But as news of the coin's existence spread, international collectors, museums, and even governments entered the race to own this piece of American history. By the time the auction ended, the coin had reached a jaw-dropping final sale price of $89 million. The winning bidder has remained anonymous, but is believed to be a billionaire collector based in Asia. This sale set a new world record for the most expensive quarter ever sold and placed the 1812 to 2002 quarter among the most valuable coins in the world, rivaling even the 1933 St. Gaudens double eagle and the flowing hair silver dollar. Could you have one too? Now here's the big question. Is there any chance another one of these coins exists? Could someone be holding it right now, not knowing it's worth millions, while experts believe only one was ever struck and released? History has taught us that coins have a funny way of resurfacing. There have been cases where rare coins turned up in junk drawers, piggy banks, or pocket change decades after they were thought to be lost forever. So, check your change. Look for any Washington quarters dated 2002 with an unusual double date of 1812 to 2002. Pay close attention to the mint mark. If you see a P and the lettering on the coin's edge is reversed or unusual, do not spend it. Take it to a professional coin grader or a trusted numismatic expert immediately. The story of the 1812 to 2002 P Mint Mark Washington quarters dollar coin is not just about money. It's about history, mystery, and the hidden treasures that might be sitting right under our noses. This coin is a symbol of how something as small and ordinary as a quarter can hold incredible value, not just in dollars, but in the story it tells. And as long as collectors exist, coins like these will continue to rise in value, capturing imaginations and rewriting history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most valuable quarters ever discovered, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another incredible coin story. And remember, the next time you hold a coin in your hand, you might be holding a fortune. Thanks for watching and happy treasure hunting. Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating coin that has surprised collectors and shocked the numismatic world. We're talking about the legendary 2000p Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin, a small coin with an enormous story and an even bigger value. Believe it or not, this specific coin has sold for a jaw-dropping $52,983 on the open market. Yes, you heard that right, over $52,000 for a 5-cent piece minted in the year 2000. So how did this happen? Let's break down the coin's history, its features, what makes it so valuable, and how you might just have one of these in your possession right now. First, let's talk about the origin. The 2000p Jefferson nickel was minted at the Philadelphia Mint and features the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. The obverse side of the coin shows Jefferson facing left, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" alongside the date 2000 and the P mint mark. On the reverse, we see his famous estate, Monticello, with the inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum," United States of America, and of course, the denomination 5 cents. Over 700 million of these coins were struck in Philadelphia in the year 2000, which normally would mean this coin is extremely common. But as we always say, it's not just about how many were made, it's about what went wrong or what made a certain batch so unique. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin so special. The reason one example of this nickel sold for $52,983 comes down to a perfect storm of factors. First, this specific coin was struck with an incredible and dramatic mint error. We're talking about a rare full brockage or an off-center strike with exceptional clarity. This is not your ordinary mint error. It's a dramatic, eye-catching, one-in-a-million type of mistake. Errors like these are highly prized by collectors, especially when they occur on a modern coin that's otherwise common. Combine that with the coin's near-perfect condition, known as a high mint state grade, possibly MS 67 or even higher, and you've got yourself a treasure in metal. Another reason for the high value is eye appeal. When collectors are looking at modern coins, especially ones struck in high numbers, they look for something visually stunning, and this 2000p Jefferson nickel fits the bill. A coin that stands out visually, has crisp detail, and possesses an uncirculated luster will always catch the eyes of high-end collectors. When these features are combined with a well-documented and extremely rare mint error, the value skyrockets at auction. And that's exactly what happened with this coin. Let's take a closer look at the sale. This specific 2000p Jefferson nickel went up for auction at a major numismatic event. Bidders recognized not only the rarity of the error, but also the immaculate preservation of the coin. A bidding war ensued, and the final hammer price closed at $52,983. That's more than a brand new luxury car, and it all came from a coin that was originally worth just 5 cents. So, what should you do if you think you have a 2000p Jefferson nickel in your collection or pocket change? First, examine the coin under bright light. Look for anything unusual like doubling, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, or brockage errors. If your coin has an error and is in excellent condition, do not clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value. Instead, handle it gently by the edges and place it in a soft cloth or plastic flip. Then, get it professionally appraised by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services will not only authenticate your coin, but also give it an official grade, which is crucial if you're thinking about selling it at auction, even if your coin doesn't have a dramatic error. A 2000p Jefferson nickel in high mint state condition can still be worth more than face value. Some examples without errors, but in pristine condition, have sold for over $100. That may not be $52,000, but it's still a huge return on 5 cents. Collectors across the world are becoming more aware of valuable nickels, and interest in Jefferson nickels has surged in recent years. The year 2000 was the last full year before the Westward Journey nickel redesign, making nickels from this period even more collectible. Add in a rare mint error, and you've got a coin that's not only historically important, but also financially valuable. So next time you get change back from the store or go through an old jar of coins, don't overlook the Jefferson nickels. Pay close attention to those with the P-Mint mark from the year 2000. You might be holding on to something truly extraordinary. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins hiding in plain sight, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're hoping to find one soon. Who knows, your story might be featured in our next video. Until next time, keep checking your change and happy collecting.